Hey, what's going on, Los Angeles? Welcome to the Rams Skinny here on the LAFB network. We are Los Angeles Sports, and this is your home for Los Angeles Rams news. OTAs are underway. Skinny T football is back, at least for a little bit. Then we get a nice little hiatus, and then training camp begins in just a little under a month. Cannot wait.
Wow.
From those OTAs, Skinny, obviously the coaches meet with the media, and we get some little insight on how guys are looking. And offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur spoke about Tutu Atwell, your favorite player, my favorite player, Los Angeles's favorite 550-pound player, the $10 million receiver, Tutu Atwell. We want nothing but a breakout season from him, but Mike LaFleur spoke highly on Tutu and what he could be in this offense. What he could be being the big, bold words, because I feel like we say that every single year, Skinny. But what were your thoughts, or do you want me to read the quote? First of all, how are you? I hope you're good.
I'm great. Talking football.
Great. Excellent. Good.
Talking Tutu.
Tutu, just happy to be here. Do you want me to read the quote first? Or should we just, okay.
Read the quote.
Asked about Tutu. Let me pull it up. Okay, so they asked, what the conversation, I guess, has been throughout OTAs, and he says, just go out and be the best version of Tutu you can be. We all know what his superpower is. He can run, and that kind of speed, especially at his level, it puts real fear in defense. Later on, he continues, we love Tutu. Just really happy he's back with us. Kind of the same old song and dance we hear every single year. Yeah, he's speed. We got to use him in the offense. That speed scares defenders. The question, Skinny, is will we see it actually used? We had a fun conversation last episode about Tyler Higbee, Terrence Ferguson, the tight end position, what that can potentially do for the rest of the offense. This kind of ties in nicely, but I'll just toss to you first. Do you think we actually see Tutu involved this year? Does this quote give you enough confidence?
No, not whatsoever. I mean, every time Sean McVay is asked about Tutu Atwell, he says the exact same thing. I got to get him more involved. You've had him for 4 years on a rookie contract. Now you got him on a big boy contract. I don't know what's changed. And, we're going to see more 12 personnel. So he's not going to be on the field as much.
Yeah.
You got Davante Adams. Tutu is an inside and outside guy. He lined up, wide 177 snaps last year, 100 snaps in the slot. So, pretty well inside and out. And is that going to change? I mean, Davante does a lot of good things from the slot. Puka mainly on the outside, but moves in the slot. It seems like it should work. It seems like there should be something breaking loose here, but McVay's going to have to go away from his tendencies to keep the same personnel on the field. The illusion of complexity is what he likes to call it. Sends the same personnel packages out there every go around, but that's changing. We're going away from 11 personnel, 12 personnel, two tight ends, one running back, and the league is kind of trending also toward 2 running back sets. Are we going to see that with these 3 guys, this 3-headed monster there? So this offense is a mystery, but there's a belief in Tutu in this building. They like him a lot, and we just have not seen it come together. And you mix in, Matthew Stafford in it as well, and that makes it even murkier. He likes to throw to the guy that's open. He likes to go to his guy. Whether that's Megatron, whether that's Cooper Kupp, whether that's Puka Nacua, that's kind of been his trend. And is that going to change this season? Because he's going to have a wide variety of guys out there, a very different looking offense out there. What's it all going to look like? It's very, very confusing.
I mean, in reality, Tutu Atwell needs to become like the spokesperson of the Breakfast Club if he wants to get the ball this year. It seems like that's the only way that you get on Matthew Stafford's radar is, Cooper Kupp's now gone. Puka Nacua seems surprised to be the leader of the room. Tutu Atwell, he can be the head guy in that Breakfast Club and seemingly get those target share for Matthew Stafford. That seems to be what you need to do to get on the radar. I'm joking, but it is going to be interesting to see because ultimately McVay can say till he's blue in the face, got to get him involved and draw up plays. But ultimately Matthew Stafford's the one with the balls in his hand, and he's the one that's going to be deciding where that ball goes and who gets it. Now, what's interesting, Skinny, And so we talked about it on the last show and you brought it up, this new kind of concept, not new concept, but new idea of 12 personnel being heavily used in this Rams offense with the likes of Tyler Higbee and Terrence Ferguson. Certainly, if they do the traditional 12 personnel that most people know of and think of both tight ends being in line, so then all of a sudden you have, 7 offensive linemen in a way. Obviously, you're off the line to be within the rules, but, within the line of scrimmage. So seemingly then you have 2 receivers out wide, and you would think like in a traditional package, that's going to be, Puka Nacua and Davante Adams, as you mentioned so astutely. Tutu definitely can play outside, so that can be him. But I think a package that would actually be really interesting, that this is how you get Tutu more involved and spring him more open, is you still would have 12 personnel, but you put Terrence Ferguson out wide. He did play at Oregon, 53 snaps out wide, 153 from the slot, and 244 in line. So certainly not the most, but had enough reps that got the Rams excited, seeing he can play on the outside. We've seen coaches do the tight ends before. So now you have potentially Higbee in line, Terrence Ferguson on the outside. You could have Puka or Davante on the other side, and you put Tutu back in the slot. Well, guess who's going to have to slide out now to cover Terrence Ferguson? You're not putting a linebacker out near the hashes. You're dropping down either one of your top safeties or you're putting your top corner. So now Tutu's got either a linebacker on him. Obviously, you have your nickel or slot corner, but you probably lose a safety that now has slid over to cover Ferguson. Well, now you have that speed to actually burn through the middle and potentially be utilized. So draw it up, McVay, baby. This sounds like something that we're going to see. And I'm going to call you the second I see Ferguson out wide and Tutu in the slot. Can't wait.
Yeah, I think, when you were talking about that, I started thinking about 22 personnel. You get some, you got to drop a lot of people into the box. And if you can get that speed, if you can get a one-on-one Tutu, with some poor cornerback, he can be scary to defenses. And they got to draw it up, but they also have to execute it. Yep. He's been in there. He's lost his job before. Not just injury. I mean, DeMarcus Robinson came in there and earned his role there. And I mean, Tutu lost his job. I mean, but they just can't quit him. They love him. And, you can't teach size or speed in football. And, I'm going to be excited. I'm tentative, but I'm optimistic, and I'm mostly excited for the change in all this offense. It's just got to come together. There's a lot of moving parts right now, and Tutu's one of them. And I just don't see him fitting in. I mean, we saw Jordan Whittington have a really good year doing the things that they need him to do. One of the quotes from LaFleur was, he's 155 pounds soaking wet. And they have him listed at 165. So
perfect. Even better. Even better. Yeah, it'll be interesting. There's definitely opportunity there, but this offense now, and we didn't unfortunately see it all come together last year for a number of different reasons. But in terms of talent, like, this offense is loaded if healthy. And so Tutu is going to have to, as we've seen for 4 years, seize the opportunity. The coaches can say that they need to get him more involved, but in reality, this is like, you got to seize your moment and take advantage of when you are out there. And so now with the additions that they've had and more tight end play and having the potential breakout of Jordan Whittington, I'm trying to blank on his name right now, but their 5th round pick seemingly has been doing really well in these OTAs.
Not a Mumfield.
Thank you. Yeah, Mumfield. And so that's just another potential receiver taking reps away that could do. Obviously, they drafted another running back in Jarquez Hunter. Like you mentioned, maybe we see some 22 personnel. Maybe we see some Blake Corum and Jarquez Hunter and Kyren Williams out there. So there's only so many players that can be out on the field and only one football. Will Tutu be the one to start getting that football a lot more? We will soon find out. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Is this Tutu's breakout year? I mean, it better be. 1-year contract. This is, we said last year was make it or break it, and somehow you got another contract out of it. So we'll see what happens, but let us know what you guys think. Will Tutu be one of the top end flight kind of breakout receivers and game breaking receivers that they drafted him to be? Rams, LAFB is a YouTube channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. LAFB Network is the website where you can find all of our Rams content. Let us know what you guys think. We'll be back dropping more Rams news here in just a few.